Today I'm going to teach you how to visualize imagery from MODIS satellites. MODIS satellites are really valuable in that they have a really high revisit time of only 2 days. They also have near global coverage, excluding some ocean areas. And they also do some pre-processing to their data, including removing some clouds. In order to find the MODIS dataset, I am going to search in the search bar, and I'm going to pull up the MODIS Terra Surface Reflectance 8-day Global 500-meter dataset. We can click in here and see some information, including, again, that this is an 8-day composite on the basis of high observation coverage, low view angle, and the absence of clouds or cloud shadows. So I'm going to import that data, and I will name it Terra. And today I am going to visualize some imagery in Central America. So I'll create a geometry. In order to create an image using the MODIS imagery, we need to take that MODIS image collection that includes all of the images that it's collected, and we need to summarize it down to just one single image. So we'll do that by creating a variable. I'm going to name this Terra image, and we can take that Terra image collection and filter it by a few things. So we can filter it by date. I will just randomly get imagery from 2011 here. So this date range indicates that we will get imagery between 2011 and 2012, so AKA just imagery in 2011. Then we'll get the median image of all of those images, and then we'll clip it to our geometry. You might notice that with a lot of other satellites, we include filter bounds, but with MODIS, we actually don't need to use filter bounds because MODIS, unlike a lot of other satellites, publishes data for the entire globe rather than data within the small image tiles. So now let's go ahead and add our image to the map. We'll do that using the map add layer function. We'll start off by putting our Terra image as the image that we want to represent. And then within some curly brackets, we'll put our visualization parameters. So the first thing we want to put in here are the bands. And remember, to make a true color image, which is what I want to create right now, we need the red, green, and blue bands. MODIS, unfortunately, in their description of their bands, does not indicate which bands are the red, green, and blue. And so I had to look that up on Google, and I added those here. And MODIS also names their bands a little bit different than other satellites. So I'm going to just copy this band name here, and then I will paste it in here and edit it. So the first band that we need is the red, which is band 1. Then we need the green, which is band 4. And then we need the blue band, which is band 3. So great, those are my bands. Then I'll add some min and max for my reflectance values. I'll put the min as 0, and for the max, you can look again in the bands and see what it says that the max is. It says 16,000. I'll put that in here, though I'm guessing we'll have to edit that in a second. And then I'll name this layer Terra. So let's visualize that and see what it looks like. So you can see that the map is quite dark. So we can use our inspector tool and click around and look at what the ranges of the reflectance values might be. So I'm seeing that most of these reflectance values are not over 2,000. So I'll put that as the max and see how that looks. And it looks pretty good to me. Remember that when we use MODIS data, the resolution is going to be much lower than it would be for other satellites like Landsat or Sentinel. So while MODIS is great for ROIs that are large, if you have a smaller ROI, you might quickly realize that the MODIS dataset just doesn't give you enough detail. Again, we can zoom in and see just how pixelated it gets quite quickly. When using MODIS, you might also find at certain times an error that says tile error, Earth engine memory capacity exceeded. This happens sometimes. You might just need to rerun your code. You might need to zoom out. If it keeps on happening, it might be a sign that you need to make your ROI a little bit smaller. All right, I hope this helps.